Good morning. It's Kietha T. Good morning. Come on. Why can't I find it over here? Good morning. Good morning. It's Kietha T. Y'all come on in. You good up there? Y'all, my mom is so funny. She's here. She just keep making these noises. ah. All right. Let's get started. Again, it's Kietha T. Welcome to my channel. I'm typically cooking, but today, right now, it's about 12:16, so I'm a little late. I want to give you some words of inspiration. Words of inspiration. Just a few words of encouragement today. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Listen, y'all. This applies to me first, and then I want to share with you all. 2026, I'm trying to do better. So when I get up, I am trying to give myself some words of encouragement. Read the Bible, a couple of scriptures, read from my various books. And I want to share with you all what I read today. And I hope that it can be of some encouragement to somebody. And if you saw my last one, again, I am reading from Words of Inspiration by Dr. Grace Nichols. Okay, so in her book, this is day 83, and what I do, y'all, is I find something that pertains to how I'm feeling on a particular day, if I'm in my feelings, whatever it is. So today, the title that stood out to me was Hard Times. I hope you all can hear me. Let me see. Yeah, I chose Hard Times. So let me first read what she wrote. It says, hard times. In these hard times, as you are going through the refiner's fire, you can expect glorious miracles will happen. This is also a test of your character to see what you are made of. A 13-year-old boy's alcoholic mother who committed suicide left him a note next to the crock pot. It read, "Dinner is in here, more is in the refrigerator." She thought they would be better off without her. She was wrong. What was to follow her children was nothing but hard times. For her son, the oldest, this began a long road of leaning, depending, and trusting in God. He had to lean on the Lord each and every step of the way. If you find yourself carrying a heavy burden today, take consolation in the scripture below, she says. Now, she has quoted here King James, Matthew, the 11th chapter, verses 28 through 30. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, let me read it from King James here, just to make sure it says what it says. Matthew 11:28. "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, I want to read to you all, I think it's the NIV version. Let me see if I'm right. If I could find it. Um, Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to read from the NIV version, from the 11th chapter, and I'm going to read the 28th verse. Okay, so I read it to you from King James, now I'm reading from NIV. And it says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So again, we started off with the title called Hardship. Hi, Anu. I'm fine, thank you. Mom is doing much better, thank you. So I started off with the title Hardship, y'all. Now, for you all that follow me on my cooking channel, this is my cooking channel. I'm just sharing my words of inspiration with you all this morning. Then you know that I have recently had a lifestyle change. You know, Greg and I our lives have changed. If you all have been following me, then you know that a couple of weeks ago, I had to fly home because Mom was in the hospital. So once Mom was able, you know, to be discharged from the hospital, we brought her back here. Thus, lifestyle change. And I am truly grateful that my mom is still here with me amongst the living. And when I say lifestyle change, I mean because now I'm here. I guess one would say caretaker, but not really. That's Mom, you know. You do what you have to do for your parents. At least that's how I feel about it. So, hard times, this morning, I thought hard times can be defined in so many different ways, guys. It can be a new challenge. It can be your daily life routine being modified suddenly, abruptly. You know, you didn't plan, but things happen. That's why it's called life. And one thing that I've learned in my journey is if I give it to the Lord, I know that He will take care of it. What does it say? It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden." burdens. You're feeling overwhelmed. You don't know how you're going to handle a certain situation. Give it to Him. Give it to the Lord. He will take care of us. It says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Y'all, that's why it's so important for us to pray, meditate, read our word, stay steadfast. You know, I can remember as a child hearing the older saints say things like, you know, do while you can. A lot of them spoke about doing things in church, getting their praises on, being able to worship, because there's going to come a time, or they would say a time could come where you may not be able to do like you desire to do. Well, guess what, guys? I think the time has arrived. That's why it's so important to do while you can, people. And also, by me working in a hospital, I see a lot of sick people. I talk to a lot of family members. They share things that happen. You know, one day their loved one is fine, and then the next moment, hardships. So I just wanted to come up here and share that with you all today. That was the one that I chose today, hardships, because yeah, it's a challenge, and I wouldn't call it a burden. But being able to, if you're accustomed to being able to just do what you want to do, and then you suddenly have to change your course or your path, one might consider that a hardship. So, my final thoughts to share with you all would be: read God's word, meditate, pray, pray and pray and pray. Prayer works, prayer changes things, and prayer will get us through, y'all. Ma, are you okay? Hold on, y'all. Oh, I thought I heard you up. So yeah, pray, pray, pray. If you don't believe in prayer, I challenge you, try it. She'll be always fine. Our love and prayers always for her. Love from India. Thank you, Anu. Thank you so much. And let me just say, a lot of people, throughout their lives, they make preparation and they prepare for these days. Fortunately, we did not. Who knew? I mean, I thank God, like I said, because Mama's doing so much better. Y'all, if y'all seen my mama when I walked into the hospital room, I literally almost lost it. I was like, this is not my mama. This is not. But he picked her up. She's eating. She's walking. Y'all, I'm telling you, the things that we saw in the hospital, we was like, no, that's not our mama. God, we need you now, and we need you now. We need a miracle. And he did just that, y'all. He did just that. So I just wanted to come up here and share. And also, if anybody, if you happen to come across this and you find yourself in a similar situation, drop it in the comments. How are you all handling your situation? And what I mean by that is, now you find yourself suddenly having to care for a loved one. Because I can tell you, they told us that our options were, well, I don't want to say it, she might hear. And I told the doctor, absolutely not. As long as God gives me strength in my body, I'm in my right mind, I'm able to use my limbs, and my husband was good with it, no, 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 no. That's not an option. Now, that's not to say that there's anything wrong with that option, but it wasn't an option for us, not at this particular time. And I won't sit here and be naive to say that there could possibly become a time, a point where, that may only be the only option. But right now we had other options, and I'm grateful for that. So anyway, I just wanted to come up here and share that with you all. I hope you guys got some inspiration from it. I was encouraged when I read it. Hardships. They come in many different types of forms. Um, and a hardship doesn't just have to be finances. People think hardships are finances. It doesn't have to be just financial. Hardships, it's a challenge, something that you're worried about, something that you're burdened about. But again, I say, give it to God, y'all. Pray about it. Pray and pray and pray. Okay? That's all I have for y'all. I hope you got some inspiration from it because it definitely encouraged me today. Look at my husband sending me a message. This is some good teaching. That's another thing I'm talking about, y'all. But I plan to get my mom out and about. You know, we just had this storm, so that's a challenge right now, but I hope to be able to get her to Bible study, be able to get her to church. And I don't want her just living behind four walls, you know. So y'all keep us in prayer. We'll keep you all in prayer. And thank you so much for listening. And again, thank you all for your support. And if you enjoyed this, let me know. I know I'm supposed to be cooking, and I will be cooking a little later. But thank y'all for allowing me to come here and share my words of inspiration. It helps me to be able to express. So thank you so much. Let's see, I knew you lost your dad 3 years ago. I'm so sorry to hear that. I lost my dad in 2018. So this is going to be what? Year, over 2026? So I know, I can totally relate to the loss of your dad because it still feels like yesterday, even though it was in 2018 and we're now in 2026. 8 years. But yeah, but I lost my succumbed to cancer. Wow, I am so sorry to hear that. So sorry. And you know, losing a loved one in itself is so hard. And sometimes you hear people say, "Oh, well, if they're sick, then you were kind of expecting it." But in my personal opinion, it doesn't make it any easier. Not at all. Oh, thank you so much, Faith Burton. Thank you so much. But yeah, like I said, hardships, they come in many different forms, y'all. Challenges, lifestyle change. I'm missing my job. Let me just say this too. I'm so grateful and thankful for my husband because, a lot of people find themselves in these situations and the other spouse is not on board with modifying your lives the way they have to be modified. So I thank God for my husband for being supportive. He said to me, whatever we have to do, we are a team. We will do this together. So I'm going to go because I can keep babbling and I can feel the emotions. But y'all, keep Kietha T, Kietha GT6 in your prayers. I know God's got us and we shall overcome this too. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for now and hopefully I'll see you all when I'm back in the kitchen, okay? God bless and I'll talk to y'all later.